Hello, aliens and classmates, because you guys are going to be watching this. Welcome to this history project that I have made by the, made by the, made by the communists. The big bad. Yeah. I'm honestly pretty excited that I get to do this, like on a pre-made recording and on my own computer, because I finally get to use the laser pointer. Look at it. It's so cool. Wait. Well, I guess we're just gonna get started. Um, Here we have, what should be a map of both Mollies. This is, just so you know which Molly I'm talking about. Over here is supposed to be, Future Adam is gonna put, like, in editing, he's gonna put an image of Molly here because it's not there for some reason. This is the current Molly that we, know of and, do stuff with. I don't know what, but they exist. But over here we have the Mali Kingdom slash Empire. And I'm just going to be referring to them as the Mali Empire for this time because that's what Wikipedia refers to them as. Okay. So, anyways. Oh, there it is. Must have accidentally pressed to animate it. But regardless, the beginning. The Mali Empire began as a small little kingdom by the upper Niger River. It began to develop into more of an empire around the 11th and 12th centuries. Information about the Mali Empire gets a bit fuzzy around the 13th century due to conflicting pieces of evidence. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on the screen for a second here. Okay. After / during the 13th century. Some of this will be expanded on a bit more later on, like with Mansa Musa here. But yeah. See, after the death of the first king of Mali, all following kings were referred to with the title of Mansa, like Mansa Musa, which in 1312, he, who became king. He's most commonly remembered with his famous pilgrimage to Mecca, which lasted from around 1324 to 1326. After Mansa Musa came Magin. Then there was his uncle Suleiman, which actually didn't like Magin, if I remember correctly, in 1341. And Suleiman's death marks the end of the golden age of the Mali Empire. Because small empires need to have an end of a golden age for some reason. After the golden age / major conflicts. According to the Tariq al-Sudan, Mali was still a sizable empire in the 15th century. However, from 1507 onwards, other neighboring countries began to chip away at the borders of Mali. Songhai even invaded the capital in 1542. However, this was unsuccessful. Mali even made a brief comeback in the late 16th century, was going to take advantage of Songhai's collapse. However, they had a disastrous defeat outside of Djenne and lost all hopes of invading Songhai. And it was so bad that the empire began to rapidly deteriorate and just fade away entirely. I don't know if it was all from that one defeat or from something else, like, I don't know, maybe economic instability. But yeah, this was definitely a cause. Trading. Mali's main trading items were gold and salt. Apparently, Mali controlled most of, if not all of the trade through the Saharan desert. This led to Mali gaining a lot of wealth and strength, and actually I don't know what I was trying to add, that's kind of it. Timbuktu and other major cities. The most likely capital of Mali, a group of buildings consisting of libraries, schools, and mosques. This is referring to Timbuktu, I don't think I made that clear. Which a mosque is an Islamic place of worship. believe there's also a major structure building thing called the Great Mosque of Djenné. I don't know, like, what it really did. I mean, it's a mosque, so you can kind of assume. I don't know. Then Mansa Musa, who we kind of talked about in one of the previous slides, as you probably remember, considering that was only like 4 minutes ago. Mansa Musa is most likely the well-known ruler of Mali. He's most famous for his pilgrimage to Mecca, which lasted from 1324 to 1326. During this trip, a few things happened. He created cultural diffusion along his path to Mecca, may or may not have created a lot of gold inflation in Europe,
Egypt.
and he was also probably one of, if not the richest people during his time. No transition for that. Mali followed many religions. The most famous chain of Mali, Mansa Musa, as we keep discussing, was Islamic, hence his pilgrimage. Mali also seemed to let people from the countries they conquered keep their religion they had. This led to them having some freedom, which ultimately probably led to less fighting and probably even less rebellion. So, yeah, they didn't have one strict religion they all followed. And this was just a slide for other extra stuff, like languages, which I didn't think needed a whole slide dedicated to it. And, I mean, it's the only one here. Languages. The only language that I could find for Mali was Manding. I don't know how accurate it is, but, it's the best we're gonna get. And, yeah, then the last thing here is just the sources. Those being Wikipedia and the textbook. Anything else you want to add? No? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and then future Adam in editing will, add in anything that I find necessary to add, or just forgot to mention, or, yeah. So, that's kind of it. Goodbye. Hello, aliens and classmates, because unfortunately you guys are gonna be watching this. Now, here we are on my history project. This was very obviously made by, no. Hello, aliens and classmates, because you guys are gonna be watching this, unfortunately. I am here with my history project. I don't have any other way to describe it. I finally get to use my beloved the laser pointer.